Annual horoscope for the year 2012. This is a general analysis of the 2012 horoscope. To begin with, it will not be the end of the world, as many people are saying. In fact, this year starts with all the planets in a direct position. This means that the 100% of the planets are favoring all signs. The positive energy will manifest itself in a natural way. After this, the planet will become retrograde or direct according to the cycle of each planet. But we start a year where all the signs have the characteristic of finding their own ruler planet in a direct position. Besides, the Sun is in Capricorn, and in this case accompanied by Pluto, which will remain a long time in this sign because of a generational issue. We find the presence of the Moon in Aries, and the year starts with a crescent moon, so there will be tension between the Sun and the Moon. This will provide great energy to the year in question, especially for the fire signs, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, which will make them very reactive with the Moon in Aries. The fire element will also enhance fertility. But apart from the fire signs, the energy of starting a year with a crescent moon will result in that we will all have many projects, numerous objectives and a strong energy pool, as the crescent moon is a moon that will activate us. After this, we find the presence of Mercury in Sagittarius, which will give this sign and all fire signs a great power of communication and movement. There is a lot of energy concentrated in the signs of fire. It will be a dynamic year for them. In the case of the air signs, Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, we find that Venus is in Aquarius, which is a sign of freedom. This will be a good year for Aquarians to connect with their feelings, their emotions, and with love. Venus in Aquarius will also favor all air signs in the sentimental and artistic areas. In the case of earth signs, we find that Mars, which is the planet of action, drive and energy, is in Virgo. So all these Martian characteristics will be directed to achieve practical and concrete objectives. This will facilitate achievement in different areas, especially for the signs of Earth and also for the signs of Aries and Scorpio, which are both ruled by Mars. In the case of signs of water, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, Neptune is forming a conjunction with Pisces. So all the characteristics of this element which relate to the intuitive, receptive and emotional aspects will be enhanced. Especially for the sign of Pisces that starts the year with its two ruling planets forming a positive aspect. These planets are Neptune, the modern ruler, and Jupiter, the classical ruler, which are forming a sextile between them. As Pisces is also favored, we should observe in what area of our lives this affects us. In the sign of Scorpio, this will be favorable for creativity, love and self-expression, all the characteristics of what Pisces is to Scorpio. In the case of Cancer, it will favor the expansion of the mind, the higher studies and the long trips. So we observe in what way the energy is manifesting itself at the beginning of the year. After this, each planet will continue its transit at its own pace. As we know, the Sun spends a month in each sign, which gives us 12 signs. This will remain as it is, in spite of the presence of Ophiuchus, the sign which they have tried to impose, but which has no relation to the practical reality of astrology. So we find that this year points more to the future than to the past. It will be full of energy, very active and dynamic. It will not be tedious or boring. It is a year that is full of spice and which has the spark to connect energetically and at the same time harmonious aspects to be able to achieve the objectives. Later, we will be observing in what way this chart influences each sign in particular.